Welcome to Food News Today. There are varying levels of fear when it comes to the consequences of climate change, but what may compel many to fight it is food. The Huffington Post put together a list of foods that we should be concerned about. With increased cost and decreased supply, and as harvesting becomes more difficult due to rising temperatures and irregular weather patterns spurred by climate change, here are some favorites that might suffer. A decent cup of coffee. Say it ain't so. The Arabica coffee bean comes from plants growing in developing nations that are heating up around the equator. Arabica can also suffer from a disease called coffee rust. Climate change is seen as the main culprit in the coffee rust explosion. Peanut butter. Could we see the end of peanut butter and jelly? Well, the price of peanut butter is already going up. But with droughts on peanut farms, we could be seeing even less of peanut butter-based foods. Too little rain overall makes for a dry crop, while enough rain too far from harvest time leads to toxic mold. According to a 2009 U.S. Global Change Research Program report, these trends could be a picture of the future. Conditions in states that grow the most peanuts are likely to become drier in the coming decades. And what about those bananas? Costa Rican farmers are blaming global warming on the devastating pests that are destroying their harvest, and back in December caused the nation to declare a national emergency. Changes in rainfall and temperature favors the bugs that cause blemishes on the crop, which exporters may then refuse. They also make the plants more susceptible to disease. And finally, water, our most precious resource. According to a 2010 report commissioned by the National Resources Defense Council, around one-third of U.S. counties will face higher risks of water shortages by mid-century as the result of global warming. Now, we all know about the recent droughts in California, although exactly how they linked to the Earth's warming trend is still a question to be answered by science. But there's also been a decrease in snowfall and earlier snowmelts due to warmer temperatures. All this affects our water supply. Nearly 16 million children face hunger here in the U.S. The Child Hunger Ends Here is a campaign dedicated to raising awareness and donating meals to kids who are in need. Our friends at Conagra Foods are heavily involved in this campaign. So here's the who, what, when, where, and why from Kristen Rates.
So this year, Conagra Foods partners with Feeding America, but also bringing in a great partner, Procter & Gamble. We have over 42 brands that'll be participating this year. We also have great talent, Hunter Hayes and Mario Lopez, as brand ambassadors for our program. So the Child Hunger Ends Here campaign is all about giving meals to children who are food insecure. There are nearly 16 million children in the U.S. who don't know where their next meals are coming from. Conagra Foods with P&G, we promote our brands behind a red pushpin. Enter the 8-digit code, and one code delivers one meal to that child in need. So the Child Hunger program is going on right now at your favorite retailer. Conagra Foods products will be available with the red pushpin through the end of August. But hurry up, because the P&G product promotion will come to a close in mid-June. So look for the red pushpin in store on participating Conagra Food brands like Marie Callender's, Banquet, and Hunt's, and P&G brands like Tide, Pantene, Pampers. Locate the 8-digit code and enter it at childhungerendshere.com. For every code entered, one meal will go to a child. One code equals one meal.
How could ice cream get any better? What about if it made music? At least that's what artists Emily Baltz and Carla Diana are trying to do. They've created Lickestra, a musical performance in which ice cream is used as the instruments. How? Well, they created sensors that are embedded in ice cream cones. The ice cream sits in the cones and when lit causes the sensors to send an electronic signal to an attached Arduino board, which in turn feeds a computer on which a library of melody, loops, and beats are stored. What do you think? Would you want to eat ice cream from a cone like this? That's all from me. Don't forget, check out supermarketguru.com. Send us a message on Facebook and Twitter. Food News Today is sponsored by Conagra Foods, who shares with me the desire to provide the most current, interesting, and unbiased food news. Thanks for watching.